Hi everyone, it's Nonnie. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about hydration and how important that is. I also want to add a few thoughts about setting your pace and what your goals and expectations are. Hydration is super important all the time. Training, hiking, it doesn't matter. It's really important. Always make sure that you have water or drink with you. And I don't mean a soda, that is not what I mean. I mean, you need to be making sure that as you're sweating, your electrolytes are not being depleted. If you think that your choice is just going to be water and you don't want to do electrolytes, I want to caution you that that may not be the best choice. And the reason why is because as you are working out, you are sweating. You might be sweating a little bit, you might be sweating a lot, but you are sweating, and you are sweating the electrolytes out of your body. When you drink just water, you are not putting electrolytes back into your body. So I want to encourage you to consider using electrolytes. You may not have to use them all the time. And the beauty of electrolytes is also you can use a half a pack to put in your water and another half a pack in your next round of water. You don't have to do one all at one time if you feel like the taste is too strong. You can get Propel, Liquid IV, and LMNT, Element, hydration packs at Walmart. You can also buy directly from Element, and they will provide different flavors than Walmart has on their shelves. I have already been through the Propel Liquid IV stage, and I've gotten to the point where I can't drink them anymore. I don't enjoy them. If I had to and there was nothing else around, I would do it to keep my electrolytes up. But I prefer Element, and I'm not sponsored by them. They haven't given me anything for free. There's no connection there. They have some wild, crazy flavors that I tend to enjoy more. And they've got a mango chili that I think is, it sounds gross, but it's delicious. They've got a grapefruit, they've got an orange, they've got a raspberry. They've just got some flavors that are awesome. Let me tell you what happens when you don't hydrate properly. You're going to end up with muscle cramps, and they are going to hurt. Not to mention, I'll share this story with you. When I was on the AT in 2023, I ended up at Laughing Heart Hospital, and I shared a room with two gentlemen. I had hiked 15 miles that day, and it was a beautiful, gorgeous, clear, crisp, cool, wonderful day. It was perfect hiking for me, perfect. Well, everything was fine when I went to bed. I felt fine. I got up the next morning, and as I awoke, I had the worst headache. I had the worst migraine headache I think I've ever had. I could barely move my head. Now, those two guys were still in the room, and I said, gosh, I don't feel good. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to hike today. And they said, what's the matter? And so I explained to them, and one of them looked at me and said, how much did you drink yesterday? And I had to think about it because I realized I hadn't even had 16 ounces of fluid the day before total. It takes a lot for me to want to drink anyway, unless it's super, super hot. But when it's cold, I just don't think about it. And he said, that's why you have a migraine. You're dehydrated, and you have got to make sure that even when you're not thirsty, you're hydrating throughout the day because your body is still losing fluids and electrolytes. Lesson learned, people. Lesson learned. Do not do what I did. Please don't make the same mistake I did. I'm trying to save you a super bad migraine headache. I got up and I hiked that day, but it was not a pleasant day. And I got my electrolytes, replenished, and then I felt a whole lot better. So what I'm saying is, when you're training, when you're hiking, just make sure that you stay hydrated. It's super important. When you're thinking about how long it's going to take you to finish a mile, sometimes it's going to take 45 minutes. Sometimes it may take a little bit longer. It's going to depend on the weather. It's going to depend on how you feel. It's going to depend on what you're hiking up. If something is really steep, if you're going over boulders, if you're going over rock beds, 30 minutes is just an example of what you can anticipate. It could take you longer. It might not take you as long because you've got giraffe legs and you can just hustle right straight through it, but not me. So when you go on trail and you've done a 45-minute mile and you think, I should have been at 30 minutes. No, you shouldn't have been at 30 minutes. You're going to take as long as you take. And remember, are you doing this to crush miles, or are you doing this because you are experiencing the beauty of nature, you're experiencing the challenge, or are you on a mission to complete a certain number of miles per day? There are all kinds of things you need to take into consideration. For me, it was a journey of healing, and I video and I take a ton of pictures, so it takes me longer than it takes some other hikers because I'm stopping to smell the roses along the way. And guess what? In 2026, I'm still going to stop and smell the roses along the way, and I'm going to stop and I'm going to put my feet in creeks and streams and let them calm down and rest. I didn't do that in 2023. I'm going to do it this next time. In an upcoming video, we're going to be talking about air mattresses, cell phone pads, a little tiny piece of gear, and pillows. Can't wait to see you then. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Y'all take good care, and I'll see you in the next video.